Hey, welcome to the pre-Edge chat, or as I like to call it, Good Friday chat. So, nothing special, just a little guys BSing. Everybody needs a link over, and Gun Channels will try to look it up, but I'm not really looking at Gun Channels a whole lot. But if you haven't joined GunChannels.com and you're watching this, go join GunChannels.com. It's free to join. No excuse not to now.
Nope. But, yes, it's free to join, but it's a good community. It's good, good to, pay a little bit. It's definitely worth it.
You pay $12 and you're good for a year. That's $1 a month. If you can't afford that, well then get off the internet because you can't afford your internet either.
I still pay for it even though it went free. I didn't turn my shit off. Anybody who was paying $1 and turned their shit off when it went free is a fucking dickhead. Hold on.
Well, actually, G-Web stopped the payments from anybody who was paying $1 recurring. Because if you ever look at eBay, it's kind of silly to have to get hit with 2.9% plus their 30-cent charge. And this is why I took the camera module out of my Hubsan. I got a better camera platform.
Okay.
You can't tell.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was 20-mile-an-hour winds, and I was up there. I will go up farther when the winds are less next time.
Right on. Oh, man.
It was pretty bad.
I'm glad this week is over. Work freaking sucked.
It freaking sucked. Well, you get a nice long weekend?
Nope, I'll be back on Monday, and I got 3 weeks, and then I'm off for 2 straight. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. That's one good and bad thing with use or lose vacation. You're forced to take it. Whenever I leave on the April 24th, I'm not going to think about that place until I get there on May 12th.
Yeah, I
remember nice.
Back in the 90s, it was mid-90s, I had a job at a pet store. I worked there part-time. They gave you paid vacation. And it was, allowed to accumulate. I would just, since it was a part-time, I really didn't care job, I'd just say, I need this week off, like a couple months in advance. And I just take that week off, not even worry about the pay.
Right.
Because, it was just part-time while I was in school. It was actually the early 90s, excuse me. And I ended up quitting that job, and I ended up getting like a $500 check from all the paid vacation I never took.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to.
That's nice.
we used to be able to save it up until we had, I think it was like 60 days, and then after that, you would just get cash for it, which I know a lot of people did that because 60 days whenever after 10 or 12 years, that's not very hard to get. So yeah, you could either cash it out or take it, and a lot of people just cashed it out. And then of course they said, "Oh, we're not going to do this anymore. It's use or lose." So we had this one guy. He kept on cashing it out. He had his 60 days saved up, and they said use or lose, and then he also had like 4 or 5 weeks of vacation that year, so he took it all at one time and was gone for like 3 months.
Dang.
Yeah.
See, the problem with that is they find out you are replaceable.
Well, he came back, worked about a month, then retired.
Oh.
He was like, I got used to that. Bye.
Yeah, because taking a couple months off, it's like in a row. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we really didn't need him in whatever department he was in.
Yeah. I'm dreading taking these 2 weeks off because when I come back, I'm gonna have to bust my ass for probably a month and a half to catch up.
Yeah, I'm taking.
But I don't care. I'm gonna be taking the tactical response class on that while I'm off, so I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah, well, I don't technically get any vacation, but I won't be working Monday, which means I got to work that much harder. That's what I was busy doing yesterday. I was trying to get some work done because I didn't want to work today because I was supposed to get ready, but I didn't. I was really lazy.
Yeah. I guess Bigard didn't want to hear us talking about work.
I guess not.
So you do anything gun related over the past week?
2 weeks ago I shot, but I didn't do anything this week. It was so freaking nice. The one day I did have free time to do something, I went to park and it was too windy really to fly the quads too much, but I did fly it.
All right.
My 180 handles that wind amazingly. I was kind of surprised because it actually weighs less than a Hubsan.
Yeah, but it might be
But
more powerful motors.
Well, it actually isn't really. It weighs
Now,
less and is bigger and has bigger props, so it makes a difference.
okay. See, I always kind of wonder if you have a small quad and you upgrade to something that may be bigger but not as big of motors. I wonder if you could just swap the motors out. I wonder if it could handle it.
It all depends because you might have the same size. And yes, this is kind of going into a quadcopter chat. I want to do one specifically next week. But there are different quality of motors. You might be able to find an 8.5 millimeter by 20 millimeter motor, basically what the Hubsan uses, but it might not have the power rating to operate a larger quad.
Okay.
But if you do want to upgrade those motors or something, Micro Motor Warehouse. I just put a link to the little Proto X, but I'll put a link in here to Micro Motor Warehouse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna upgrade. I mean, I don't fly this enough yet to start upgrading too much. I mean, if I upgrade, I'll probably upgrade to a different quad.
Kind of like what I did.
I don't know. I may go bigger, but
I did go bigger. I mean, it depends. Their sizes, they do like sizes like, you got a 300 size or a 350 size or a 450 size. Those are all measured in millimeters, and that's the diagonal measurement of the quad.
Oh, okay.
So, the Blade 180 is a 180 millimeter quad. It's 180 on diagonal. So 18 centimeters.
All right.
The bigger the quad, the bigger the engines, the bigger the battery. And that's where you get into the money is the batteries.
Right. But, I'm going to fly this for a while until I run out of props, and I have a crap ton of props. So
I had one fly off of me somewhere in this room, and I've not been able to find it.
Well, I went and I bought these 5. I bought 4 sets of these black and white ones, and then I didn't realize I had another 5 sets in my shopping cart, and I paid for them both. So I got 10 sets. So
Nothing wrong with that.
enough. Yeah, I got enough for a while.
You can probably burn out the engines or the motors before you do anything else.
I don't know. This thing likes to hit the walls and get sucked up sideways. So.
Well, what happened, you'll find this hysterical. Last night I was flying the little Hubson around, and it actually got stuck up on the ceiling. I put it up there, and all of a sudden it just fell. Because I was doing something else. So I just hit throttle and put it up there. It stayed up there, and I had to do something else real quick. And all of a sudden, crash, down comes the quadcopter, crashes down, and the prop is still spinning up on the ceiling.
So you got that little itty bitty one for $30?
No, make an offer. Put an offer of $25. He accepted mine. Might even be able to get it for cheaper. You had 3 chances, but I put it for $25. He's got a few different colors too. If you want to look through a shop, I went with the Badger colors. Badger away colors, but still Badger colors.
So, since you're a Badger, what do you think their chances are against Kentucky?
Oh, I thought Notre Dame had the greatest chance of beating them in the tournament, and it was a good game. 2 points.
That's the only game of the tournament. Oh, actually, the second game of the tournament I actually watched. I'm not a big basketball fan, but I try to at least know who's good year in, year out, especially when it comes down to the tournament time.
Well, for Wisconsin to have a chance at winning this game, they've got to really make Kentucky make the mistakes, which is how Badgers win the game. Period. They let other teams make the mistakes. They're very few. They're very little on turnovers. They're great on, or defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding. And their freaking center is outside 3-point line half the time.
So you got the red and gray one?
Red and white. But they're like 7 different colors. There's a green one, a purple one, a red one, black one. Maybe there's only 5 colors in the white. No, I think there's 2 white ones, so it's 6. Yeah, and since this little quadcopter we're looking at, I'll go through link over in the external just in case anybody wants to look at it. Oops.
Yeah, I'm just going to share real quick.
Oh, let me lock it on you.
Yeah. So where do you actually go to see the rest of his store?
Oh, the rest of his store, you go to his username, new SRT4. Click on it, and then it should give you items for sale or visit store.
Items for sale.
And then radio control and control lines, and then I think you can search right inside there. Or maybe not.
Yeah, but I think where it really gets expensive is when you get into this gas-powered stuff.
Actually, gas powered is a lot cheaper, really.
Really?
Yeah, it's more money to start out with, but it's cheaper in the long run because nitro fuel lasts a long time. You gotta remember, those only take, you buy a gallon of it, you're talking about, 4 or 6 ounces in the vehicle.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And, and the nice thing is they give you a long price. They got the purple. I'm going through this. They got that white one I showed you the link of. Got a lot of RC stuff. But it is a store. I believe they're located in Pennsylvania. PA.
Yeah, I'm just going to scroll down here to where the quads are.
Well, I'm just looking at all the stuff now because, well,
Okay.
that was my thing. I was into gas planes. Ooh.
Yeah, I never got into too much radio-controlled stuff. Parents said it was always too expensive for them to buy me anything. That was before I had my own damn job, and then I had other hobbies and never got into this.
Yeah. Well, they got the yellow one, which is yellow, of course. Yellow and black. I don't know if you saw that one or not.
That's just the
And red.
top for $80.
Just the top of what?
My screen.
Oh, let me see.
It's a new.
No, that's actually a whole quad. That's what those go for, brand new. Because I actually opened that up, and when I saw that he actually had that as make an offer, I'd throw this in my watch list. I can't afford to buy it.
Okay.
I want to see if he sells many of them. Those are really cool.
Oh, these
Droid Optimus. Or whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with mine and just.
Omnimus.
That's cool.
Yeah. Looks cool. It's not the greatest thing in the world. At least
Well,
not
you
in
know.
my opinion.
Well, looks is all that matters. Don't you know that?
Yeah.
And that's why everyone goes out and replaces their 5-year, 6-year-old vehicle with a brand new vehicle just so they have the updated model.
Yeah, I think that lime green is freaking ugly.
Okay, I want to stop sharing.
No problem. See what do you like?
No, not really.
What are the color combos?
Color combos, I'd probably go with yellow.
That one looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I absolutely hate red, the color red, for some weird reason. I refuse to drive a red vehicle. So I'm not a fan of red. And if I ever come across a used truck and it's red, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of Duracoat and paint the son of a bitch. I mean, heck, and it's really, it wouldn't. Well, I mean, it'd cost quite a bit, but heck, do it yourself. You don't have to worry about scratches. Don't have to worry about anything. Just tape it up, paint it, and just have a beater vehicle. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, those are cool
Yeah,
to have that way, but
as soon as I get some land, I wanna look into an old beater, like late '80s, early '90s, something 4-wheel drive, something that has a ton of miles on it. But
I forgot to tell them that we were alive. Oops, man, I was locked in on you still.
Sorry, Green.
Yeah, I doubt this company they'll take my offer for like $15. They're asking $22, but I can't see paying more than $3 for an unbrand name battery for these little Proto X, because technically they're not rechargeable or not replaceable according to the manual, but they're plug and play little lipo batteries. that are held on by a piece of double-sided sticky tape.
Okay.
So you just
go
take the battery off, put a new piece of double-sided sticky tape on. You can go buy at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And you're good to go. It's not that difficult.
Yep.
And it's been 39 minutes since I started this battery charging.
Yeah, I on this other charger, I had 3 batteries that were down under 20%, and it only took about 20 minutes to get them all the way fully charged. So that's kind of cool. And this one actually doesn't have 4 spots. It actually has 5. So that's even better.
Oh yeah, I can charge up to 5 of the little Hubson batteries with my cable if I wanted to, but I prefer when it's this to charge them at 0.4 amps, which is just 20.20 milliamps more than its recommended rate, so it won't hurt the battery at all. Well, very teeny tiny. But when I actually took this thing off the quad, because I was actually flying it to LVC, which is, well, technically it's not LVC with the Hubson because the lights start flashing when it hits LVC. I flew it till the engines couldn't keep the quad up in the air anymore to see how long I could fly it without the camera module in it. And I got an increase of 1.5 minutes in flight time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to have that additional weight, so yeah, I could definitely see pulling that off.
3.1 grams. I actually have a video of me taking it off. Well, not me actually technically taking it off, because it was just me with this huge soldering iron trying to get those little solder points, and well, trial and error hitting it just right with that soldering iron that's so frickin' old. It's a Sears 45 watt with a tip that's actually been heated so much that it's actually bent. Just from drooping from being on and powered on so many times.
Nice.
I should just go and buy a new one, but it still works.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And I can't get the tip off. It's replaceable, removable tips, but that screw is like rusted in now. It's like when I can't use that tip anymore, then I'll get a new one. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. I went and shot the, the challenge that Sandy put up, with the little flower target.
Yeah, I still haven't shot that. See, on Tuesday, I went out to the range, set up a little stage, and timed myself between my M&P and my CZ, and my CZ, I destroyed the M&P's time and got better hits, so I stuck with that. And then yesterday after work, I sat down at the bench and started reloading for a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, something like that, going at a nice, easy pace, and loaded a little over 900 rounds.
Dang. Yeah, well, I scored a whole 10. I had 2 flower petals. I was shooting high. My gun is sighted in for 25 yards, so.
Okay.
I knew that, but it was only the second time using these sights, and I thought I knew where I was supposed to hold to get it, but I was using a silhouette target, so I really didn't know exactly where to hold.
That's when you that's when you print out 2 of the targets.
I only printed out 1. I'm like, screw it. I was all above the target on the paper, and.
Well, but was your group good?
Yeah, coffee can size.
Was it 7 yards?
7 yards, yeah. Which for me is good. I had a couple flyers out of the mag. That was me.
With this gun, this just has a stock trigger in it. So I just need to shoot this one a lot more to get used to the trigger. Because all my other ones have, all my other Smiths have pro triggers in it, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah. I'm not a target shooter when it comes to, double action only or striker fire pistols. I just don't do target practice that way. If it's going to be target practice, it's got to be like a rifle, single stage.
Yeah.
Single trigger. So single action. Excuse me.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I have a double action, single action CZ that I like. And wow, you can see all that dirt and crap that was just on the end of my muzzle.
You need to clean that gun. You don't know how OCD I am about clean guns.
Well, don't come around my place because I don't know how many. I probably have 2,000 rounds through one of my AKs without being touched.
I'm not Yankee OCD, where he completely strips his gun down and cleans it once a day. His carry gun.
Yeah.
I am that
Wait,
way
once a day?
week. Yeah, he does it every day. I do it once a week.
Yeah. Last time I cleaned this one was last time I went to the range and actually put a lot of rounds down it. Meaning, like, probably put 5 to 8 mags down it. And then since then, I've shot probably 4 to 5 mags through it, and I still haven't cleaned it. Yeah, if you want to see dirty gun, you should look at my other M&P. I got wax buildup around the trigger bar.
Oh no. Don't. That drives me crazy.
Well, and
my gun is, I think my gun is filthy after a week carrying it because it's like, it'll get pet hair and clothes lint and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, this
on the outside, and I'm like, that drives me nuts.
Yeah. This holster is actually made for the full size, and I have my compact in it. So right now, my muzzle stops right about here. So I have all this additional space in here that I could get crap in.
Eek.
But oh well, I have it because sometimes I carry my full size, and sometimes I carry this one. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I won't get out to the range again until probably June now.
June?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to shoot tomorrow. We had a match over in Mountain Home, and
I refuse to go out on weekends.
Oh, I love going out on weekends.
I don't. I go to a free public range.
Okay. Where I normally shoot, it's in someone's backyard. So not many people know about it. So 9 times out of 10, I go down there and I'm the only one there. And that other time I go down there, she's down there cleaning the place up. So yeah, I hardly ever have any issues.
Yeah, free public range, and it it is. You gotta remember, I'm used to. Oh, I need food. I need to go get gas. I know,
Yeah.
I'm used to, being anywhere I need to go within 10 minutes. When I go over to Hobby Fair, I'm like, crap, I gotta drive 25 minutes to get over to Harbor Freight. There we go. And I bitch about that because it's a 25-minute drive. And they're anti-gun. The only time I go in there is if I'm on that side of town, which is very rarely. And I got no purchase required, so I can go in there and say, the reason I'm not buying anything is because you have that sticker on your door about not allowing people to carry in here. But I will take my free, I'll take my free, no purchase required item.
Wait, free, no purchase required.
Yeah, you get those every once in a while.
Huh, okay.
Oh, as I go in there and buy throwaway tools,
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I bought from there was a press for my AK. It's only Harbor Freight. Well, that and powder coat, but I'm not going to drive an hour plus to go to Harbor Freight for powder coat.
Nah.
I'll have them delivered. It'll be cheaper than the fuel to get up there and back.
Driving out to the range is a half-hour drive. 35 miles is a half-hour drive.
That's how it is for me to get out to the rifle range that goes out to about 230, 240 yards.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear if I can get into this frickin' range that's just a few miles from me. Literally a few miles, like a 5-minute drive. Because when I was flying on Tuesday at my my town's park, it's a town park, and I could hear somebody firing their gun over at that range. I'm like, you bastards. Fucking bastard shooting away, and I can't. Oh, thanks for sharing that link. I haven't checked.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Today.
No, not a problem.
Easter weekend or something.
And, Stone Guy asked for a link and hasn't.
Well, of course, he probably realized I'm in here.
All right. So I'm going to go to a website here. I want some help picking some colors.
Okay.
So
red.
I normally go red. I mean, I have red, but
so what is this for?
Bullets.
Ah. I thought you hated red.
I do. That's why. Oh, I bought them. I bought it because it was cheap powder and I shot them. So. You all. All right.
Lime green.
Well, that's just automotive and Harley colors.
Oh.
And then you come here, and it's more colors. So
I figured you could make your own zombie bullets that way.
yeah, I have some blue. I have a blue out there right now. How's it going, Stone Guy?
What's happening, people?
Anything good on television?
Just the two of you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the topic?
Nothing, just potluck.
We're bullshitting.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Well, it is Good Friday. Maybe dealing with family.
Yeah, like that means a lot with this group.
I'm agnostic. It means nothing to me.
I grew up Catholic, but.
What about that one that's kind of like sparkly? Looks like stripper glitter.
The fish jig and lure specific powder.
Oh, okay. I was thinking stripper glitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick away with try to stay away from something that has that kind of flake in it, because I don't know how that would do with a barrel.
No, I was just curious what it was. But if you got colors to choose from,
yeah,
lime green for zombies or purple.
Yeah, I did this. Oh crap! $200. What the heck is?
Well, $200. What's the other prices? Like $150?
On some of these other ones, yeah. I'm trying to see what all comes with it.
It's 2.5 stars.
Pounds.
12 pounds? Damn.
Oh, it comes with a whole bunch of different colors.
Oh.
And clear. And yeah, I don't need that. Comes with clear coat and everything like that. I heard that these super durable colors last the best.
For for bullets?
Yeah, I heard this super durable wet black is really good. And I
That's
have
like $19.
16. I have a pound of it here. I haven't used it yet.
But that's nothing wrong with having black on your bullet tips, you know.
Oh,
Although
no,
they
no.
might come after you because you got black talons. Oh my goodness.
I'll just call them racist.
Yeah. Well, you could go with, your typical copper color.
Could do that orange.
They call that orange.
Well, gold nugget super or gold nugget.
Uh-oh.
For
It's a
25
gun
pounds?
geek sounded like joining us. Every time I hear Mr. LL Bean talk, Joseph talk, he sounds like gun geek.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
guys.
he does.
Hey.
I sound like Gun Geek apparently. Well, how's everyone doing
I'm
tonight?
doing all right.
Just peachy.
Sorry, I heard that got in here that Gun Geek might be joining us.
No, that's you.
You just sound like gun geek.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Now here's the gecko green. Right there in the middle.
That's cool.
So what are you loading for?
9 mil.
Well, if it's a 9mm, you need to go pansy pink.
Why are
Did
you
you
coloring
say-
your bullets anyway?
What?
Why are you coloring your projectiles anyway?
So I don't have to lube them. Use a wax lube. Because I mold my own bullets.
It reduces leading in the barrel.
And you shoot them at higher velocities.
Yeah,
Wait, so
I'm thinking of.
so you Quirk, you don't have me on Instagram?
No. I don't have Instagram, thanks to Instagram not liking Virgin Mobile. I just found out that majority of people from Virgin Mobile cannot get on Instagram.
Right here. I loaded a bunch of these last night. Those are pink bullets.
There you go, pansies.
Or are they
Pansy
already
pink for
coated? I mean,
9mm.
do they come that way from a factory, like Bayou bullets? You ever heard of Bayou bullets?
Yeah, I've heard about it. No, I actually melt my own lead, cast my own bullets, and powder coat them.
Ain't they pretty?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, well,
doesn't that defeat the purpose? Like, as far as your effort and time and expense of reloading, if you're going to go through all that trouble to.
I'm shooting about 8.5 cents a round. So last night I loaded up. It was like 920, 930 rounds. Here.
Even with your powder coating, you're still getting it in that cheap? Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. That's about a little over 900 rounds, and I loaded that last night. And yeah, that cost me probably about $80.
Holy shit.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, it does take additional time, but it's a hobby of mine as well. So
Well, if you enjoy it, because I know they powder coat like bike parts. That's where I first was exposed to it, for like motorcycle or bike parts. And the powder coat cures almost to like a ceramic, right? Like a hard ceramic almost.
yep, it actually it's actually harder than the lead.
Right. So does that affect barrel wear, or is it still, when you think of like a ceramic or like a glass hard projectile going down your barrel, does that? I've just never heard of shooting powder coated bullets, I guess.
It's still softer than copper.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
It's softer than copper, harder than lead.
Okay. Well, then there you go.
Well, a lot of things are harder than lead and softer than copper.
Right. But I mean, it's
Well,
just
that was basically the question. I guess I could have asked it like that: is if it was softer than the if it's softer than the copper, then obviously it's going to be safe and it's not going to wear out your barrel
yeah, not at all.
to shoot.
Yeah, that's as you can see, that's red and pink bullets that I have there.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
How well do they shoot?
Out of my CZ, I have a 2/3 size USPSA silhouette that I usually stick out at 100 yards for my AK and stuff like that. And just for shits and grins, I took my pistol, and out of 10 rounds, I could hit it twice, usually 20%. So I mean, it's fairly accurate.
That's pretty good, yeah.
At 100 yards for something like
Yeah,
that.
that's just you though, because you could if you I bet if you stabilized it or put it on a pistol rest, you could hit it 10 out of 10 once you found
Probably.
the drop,
Probably. But I think that's plenty good.
Yeah, especially for 8 cents a round.
Exactly. It's dirt cheap, and I mean, you'll find some old timers getting out of casting. And my last haul I got was a little over 200 pounds, and he wanted $50 for it, and I paid him 70 just because he was giving me a smoking deal. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna.
Now, are you doing straight lead, or are you mixing an alloy to make it a little harder?
This is wheel weight, so it's a little harder. But because you powder coat, you really don't have to worry about how soft your lead is. I mean, I'm pushing them at 1,100 feet per second, so I'm not screaming them.
Yeah, there's a lot of old timers that are into reloading, but they're getting out of it. Like my teacher has an old Lee Loadall that he's giving me. It's the original one, and he's giving it to me for free. So I'm going to start loading shotgun now.
Shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
can't be free.
A lot of these old timers, they've been doing it for years, and they know what works. So they have machinery that works, and they have all this stuff. Just like us, we may, if you go out and buy a box or two of every week, how after a few weeks you're like, holy crap, I have several hundred rounds. Well, they've been doing this for their entire life, 40, 50, 60 years, and they have all this stuff, and they're like, I just need to get rid of it.
Yeah, and 50 pounds of lead for $70, that's a steal.
200 pounds of lead.
Oh, 200 pounds?
Yes. No, normally off eBay, I could get it for about $1.10 a pound shipped.
Now,
So,
is it clean, or do you have to filter it, or does it melt clean, or is it got a lot of shit in it?
Well, so some of it he already melted down. Others, it was just wheel weights, and you just have to melt it and then scrape off the top, put a little bit of wax in it to flux all the dirty particles out, and that just floats to the top, and then you just skim it off, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, my father casts his own shotgun slugs, and what he does, he just goes up to the local junkyard, and there's people that they take out the wheel weights from the wheels there, from car wheels, and he just buys them by 25-pound lots for real cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the where I'm at is big fishing area, and a lot of the car dealers that swap out tires, that change tires, they have people coming in and grabbing their lead for fishing lures.
Yeah.
I've hit every one. They're like, well, we have so and so that's been coming here for 15 years for fishing lures. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna mess up. I'm not gonna step in and be like, well, I'm gonna use it for bullets, so you can't.
Yeah, I just looked up the price of scrap lead. It's like 50 cents a pound.
Yeah, it's dirt.
It is dirt cheap.
Is just a little bit less than that, but so you think about that, you got like a crap ton of money there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not a crap ton. I mean, right now I probably have about 300 pounds of lead. Actually, I think I have a picture of it.
Actually, while we're on the topic of how much lead is, there's an old timer that I know of. He always goes to the local gun shows. He just buys scrap lead and then molds his own bullets and sells the the bullet heads that he molded. So you can make some money off of that too if you wanted.
In the U.S., if you do that, you need, I think, a Class 6 FFL because you're making bullet components. Yeah. So
just fucking buy and sell.
Yeah. Each one of these bars right here and these 2.5 lines, those are a pound each. I think they're 8 tall. This one has 9. This one has 8 rows. I'm not quite sure what this is. And then all these down here are half-pound bars. And then I have 3.5 20-pound bars sitting here in the back. And then I have about another 25 pounds that's out of this picture. So, yeah, that's what you start off with stone. And you just melt them in your pot.
Now, what's your reservoir or your melting pot? What kind of reservoir does that hold?
It holds 20 pounds. I don't have a picture of it.
Oh shit!
It holds 20 pounds. Actually, that's it right there. My 20-pound.
That's cool. You ever watch the Iraq vet?
Yep.
Do any of his reloading stuff? Do you have a setup similar to him where it kind of, I don't know what it's called, but he just like, I don't know if he hits a button or something,
see this lever right here on the side that my mouse is on?
Okay.
It's the lever, and you pick up on it, and it's a bottom pour, so it comes out of the bottom. So your lead's always clean. But your lead's always clean because all your impurities go to the top since lead's so heavy. And right here is a window. It's outside, and I have a high velocity fan in there, so I could put wax or anything in there, and it just gets sucked outside real quick. So that's why I have this box built around there, kind of as like a little funnel to suck it outside, to suck all that air and stuff outside. But you see a pot down here at the bottom. That's about half full of bullets. That's about full right now of bullets. That's probably a foot in diameter. It's probably 9 inches tall.
I've always wondered. I've seen him, cast bullets, and he makes it look just super easy. Do you ever get any like flashing on the actual projectile itself that you have to file off or clean off, or does the mold make it come out perfect?
No, every now and again on the very base of it, you'll have a little bit of flashing that you need to. It's not really trim off, but you send it through a sizer, and it sizes it down. Because if you don't hold your mold completely closed, your bullets will be oversized. I know on one of his, he says that he doesn't size them, and every now and again he'll crush a case, and that's because his bullet is oversized. So I sit there, I do this, and then I powder coat it twice, and then I send it through my sizer. And so, I mean, I'm sitting there constantly looking for tabs or something like that, which is an indicator that my mold wasn't closed all the way, and I need to toss it back in there and melt it down because it's going to be too big. So I touch them multiple times, and then even whenever I'm loading, I grab a whole bunch in my hand as I'm sitting there loading, and I can feel any sharp points on my hand, and I just toss those aside and melt them down again.
Okay, cool. So you don't ever have to actually like take a file to the projectile.
No.
Okay.
It's a sizer.
I was thinking of starting to mold my own 311 diameter heads because they're a pain in the ass to find right now for my Mosin Nagant.
Yeah, I do have some of those. And I have a 314 sizing die, and I'm getting ready, and I actually just bought a 311 sizing die.
Yeah, I found some 311 molds online. They're like $25, and it's 174 grain round nose. So
yes, Lee.
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah, I have those same ones, and mine are coming out about 185.
Yeah. Now with the Mosin, obviously I know the Mosin ammo is so cheap. Now I understand the fact that the cheap stuff's also corrosive, but
Also, I can't
the
have a full metal jacket where I live, so I need soft point, and soft point
okay.
hell.
Now the brat or the I don't know if it's because it's the Mosin, at least the Mosin ammo I've got, spam cans of is it's like a copper washed.
Steel case.
Is
And
that
it's so damn
is it
dry.
steel? Okay, so
Yeah,
it is steel
it's
case,
copper wash
copper
steel
washed
case.
steel.
Yeah,
So you can't reload that stuff, can you?
Yeah.
right.
No, well, it's not really.
It's not recommended. You could probably load them once,
And it's
twice if you're
burning
lucky.
time, so
Right, that's something else. The reason I want to do it is because, like I already told Quark, I don't clean all my guns all the time. So I don't want to have to come home, and especially because whenever I go shoot that, I go to range about half an hour away. I don't want to come home or be in a rush or something and not have time to clean.
well,
But
I've told this, numerous times. You just have to get some water. Well, the gun is still warm. Just pull the water down the barrel, and
you can do that as
it's
well.
going to neutralize the salts because it will dissolve the salts. So you just don't want cold water. So keep if you're shooting in the summer or down south, just keep your water in the sunlight.
Yeah.
While you're shooting, and it'll be warm enough too. So
Yeah. So Stone on my screen, I have what's called a push-through die. You put this die in your single stage press, and then this ramrod right here goes on your ram, and you just put your projectile on there, on the very tip,
Okay,
and then you just size it right through, and then you put your little
Okay.
cup on top, and it just starts catching it.
I got you. All right, well that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the cheapest way to do it. There's other sizers you could do, but this is the cheapest. And
So
if you're sizing it and one's oversized and you like squash it down, and then you'll have like lead tails coming off the bottom of it, which of course the base of the round is the most important anyway. Just toss it and remelt it down.
now when you have obviously, of course, we're talking higher end hollow points and factory stuff, but are those still poured in molds with the hollow point, or are they drilled out?
I'm not sure.
Or I guess the question was, can you get a mold and make your own hollow points for someone that's casting their own bullets? Like if there's a hollow point mold, I guess.
There are.
Okay.
There's molds for all sorts of things, like
Okay.
a double.
Yeah, like some people will even take, and if they really want to do stuff, they'll mold their own bullets and then put the bullet into a lathe and drill out their hollow point. But that's, to me, a little too excessive.
Gotcha.
So.
At that point in time, you're getting into labor versus how much the ammunition's worth, right?
Yes, exactly. So, let's see, little buckshot molds. Any of you guys?
Yeah, that's the one. It's 18.
That's for double aught, but
yeah, we have the 00 buckshot one. It's 18 00 buckshot pellets.
Yeah, for all you reloaders for your double aught buck, that's kind of cool for shotgun.
Yeah, I'm gonna start loading 00 buck now that I'm gonna be getting my Lee load all. Do you guys have any experience with the load all system?
No.
From what I understand, it's just a cheap shotgun reloading kit, but.
So you got a shotgun reloader?
Well, no. What happened? Like I told you, my teacher's giving it to me for free.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, but it's a shotgun loader.
Yeah,
like you can be able to load shot shells.
Yeah, I already have a rifle reloading kit, but I'm gonna be getting the shotgun one.
Nice.
Yeah,
well, I tell you what.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead, Stone. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, there must be some kind of echo. When you get that thing, oh shit, who's got the?
I don't hear it, so I'm thinking it's you.
Oh, I had gun channels open. Sorry.
Yeah, I do that all the time too.
So when you get your shotgun loader all set up, last gun show I went to, I found a box of flechettes that for like $5, the little mini flechettes. I'm gonna get you to load me up some shotgun shells with those flechettes in it. I'm gonna give you
Well, I don't
some
think
for
you should be able
yourself
to
too.
get that across the border, man.
Oh shit, you're in
He's
Canada,
Canadian.
right? Oh damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
This is
never mind.
this is my pot that I use. A little bit bigger picture. So.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, what else? Let's see. Bullet molds. I always like the 6-cavity molds, but as you can see, Stone, there are a ton of different molds you can do. So.
I was also looking at reloading a bunch of 308 ammo. I wouldn't be molding my own bullets, but, I'm looking to reload 300 to 400 rounds. Is there any specific powder that you'd recommend for reloading 308?
Really, it's hard to say, hey, this one is the most accurate for 308. It all depends on your gun, what you're trying to do with it, the velocities. What I did is, whenever I settled on rifle powder, since I load 223 and 308, I went out there and said, oh, this is great for 223 and 308, and then I just bought a bunch of it. And then I'm just working up a load. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking of buying 8 pounds of Varget just because, I'm able to shoot it in my Mosin Nagant, my 7mm 08, and my 308.
Mm-hmm. Well, if that works for all of them, I would do it.
Yeah, and one guy online was recommending, I think it was IMR 4095. That was on one of the forums I'm on.
So I mean, there's a ton of different bullet molds, and there's rifle molds, even with a hollow base on some of them. Yeah, so it's all the same pictures, but yeah, you get a just Stone guy. So, all right.
Oh shit, Yankee was in here for a bit.
Uh-oh.
He didn't even say a word.
We were talking about powder coating, stuff like that, or reloading. He's like, screw this, probably.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We were spared.
Yankee was here?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
The best kind, in and out.
Wow.
At least that's what she says.
I couldn't believe I'm like, Yankees here not saying anything. That's kind of like
A rare occurrence.
rare.
He's waiting for Edge's chat.
Are any of you guys going to Edge's chat? I think I might just stick here.
I don't know. It all depends.
I don't even know if Edge is online. I haven't seen him pop up yet. Oh, I guess he is, but
You haven't seen him what? Did you say
I haven't
pop
seen
up?
him pop up.
Oh, pop up.
Yeah. Ooh, 18 bucks.
He's signed on to gun channels, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Here, Stone Guy, if you're looking at making those flechette rounds, I'm pretty sure you can buy a Lee load-all for like $75 and you can do it yourself.
Oh, no shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's real cheap.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'd definitely do something like that.
And I think, yeah, here, 1 second. Holy shit, $50 over there. And it's on Amazon. It's $50.
Well, wow. Yeah,
Put,
now,
put,
see, I
put a
could
link.
get into that.
Give us a
This
link.
is Amazon in the States, right?
Oh, yeah.
But this is the system I'm getting.
Because, see, with that, you just, there's a lot less prep, a lot less shit you have to do with shotgun versus a brass case, obviously. So,
Well, yeah. There's
Yes and no. I mean, brass case pistol, you don't have to do much. All you got to really do is clean it. I mean, there's not that expensive to clean.
But yeah, Stone Guy, if you wanted to do that, it's real cheap. And here, I'm getting the original version. That has a lot of plastic and stuff on it, but it works. The original version's mostly metal, right? And here,
Alright.
okay, cool.
here's a video. The YouTube link is for the operation of it.
Oh, nice, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, no big deal.
By the way,
Yeah,
Edge is doing a chat. His is home defense, weapons, and philosophies.
Well, now, see, that's kind of a good topic. Maybe that'll be a good chat.
That's good.
Order within 15. Oh, yeah,
I
so
literally will join you.
basically that's like a all-in-one kind of deal. Does it drop your
Yep.
powder and everything in there?
Yeah,
Well,
so
one will have your powder. The other one will have your shot.
no, it's not like that at all. So what happens is,
Really?
here, I'll go on a screen share. 1 second. Just give me a second
Sorry.
here. You guys, do you guys see my thing there?
No. Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. So right here, this is your deprimer, and this here's your sizing ring. So you put that around the shell and put it in this little slot and pull it down, and it sizes it with the ring and punches out the primer. Then over here is to push in. I forget what this one here is. Oh, that's the primer. Sorry. You put your shotgun shell over this thing and push it down, and it primes it. Then you put the shell over here, and you flip this little switch to the side. It pushes in the powder. Then what happens is you put your wad up on here and push it down, and it puts the wad in. Push this back over to the side. It puts in your shot. You bring it over to this one, pull it down, and it starts the crimp, and the last one finishes the crimp.
Oh, right on.
I know, like the Walmart brand shotgun shells. That's not actually brass; it's steel. So how many times can you reload before you wear that out?
Well, don't forget, you're not resizing the brass or the steel at the bottom. You're just resizing the shell to make sure it fits in the gun.
Okay.
So I would assume quite a bit.
So you're not working the bait.
Yeah, basically. I've never really reloaded shotgun seriously. I've done it a couple. I'm just starting to get into it, right?
Alright.
And basically all those little red things at the bottom, those are for measuring your shot and your powder. And you put those up top underneath the where the reservoirs. It's a pretty cool system, and it's real cheap, so.
Cool. I mean, that's something I would like to get into, but I don't shoot shotgun near enough to justify it. I mean, I have a shotgun. I probably have maybe 100 rounds through it.
Yeah. I'd be buying the conversion kit for my 20 gauge because I don't shoot too much 12. I mostly shoot my 20 gauge, and for the most part, it's all just hunting.
Okay.
I don't exactly go to the range, for a day and go skeet shooting or do tactical drills or something like that.
Last year on a whim, I bought a skeet thrower, and it's still outside in pieces out in the garage that I need to put together.
Yeah, we have a skeet thrower, and once a year or so we go out to the bush and go shooting, but
And I'm gonna have to go up to my buddies and throw some back in his woods.
yeah, we have some friends of ours that hold parties for skeet shooting.
Mhm.
They invite their like distant relatives, and it's like a family reunion, and they invite all their friends over, and they go skeet shooting for an entire afternoon.
east of town or west of town. I remember about 6 or 7 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I found this farm, and they built a skeet shooting range on their land, and have the towers and throwers and all that stuff. Because our high school has skeet teams, and they go out there.
Yeah, our high schools don't have shooting teams, but the local university here has a shooting team.
I wish more schools get into shooting teams. I think that'd be good. Get the kids teaching the parents how to about shooting, especially the mothers that demand action.
Well, what's awesome is I'm not sure about the laws where you guys live, but up here, if they're part of the rifle team, right, they get a scholarship that helps pay for their tuition at university.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they don't have to even be good. They just go to the range like once every 2 weeks and go shooting, and then once every 3 or 4 months they go out and compete against a couple other universities just for fun. And it's nothing serious, but you learn gun safety and you buy firearms. For the most part, it's just them buying an SKS, a crate of ammo, and going out shooting, but still they learn about firearms and get part of their tuition paid.
Heck, if I could shoot a gun back in college and got some of my tuition paid, I would love it. I would love it. Of course, I wasn't into guns back then, but hey, that's just proof that they don't teach you everything in college.
Yeah.
So they're talking about lever actions out in the chat. Rossies, Henrys, Marlins.
Yeah. I like lever actions, but for the most part, I like the other they started going to shit. For instance, like Marlin. Apparently, once they were bought out by Remington, they started going to shit.
That's kind of what I heard too. Like my next pistol is going to end up being a 357 revolver, a little snub nose, and because I'm going to be starting to reload for 38s, I kind of want to get a 38 or 357 lever gun.
Yeah, I find that for the most part, a lot of people recommend to me a Rossi, but I have a buddy of mine that owned a Rossi, and it didn't shoot very well at all. The only decent pistol caliber lever action rifle that I've shot was a Winchester Model 92. It's one of the new reproductions that are made in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing just shot like the son of a bitch. That thing shot awesome. Here, I have the target somewhere. We were shooting like 1.5 to 2 MOA with iron sights.
Nice. Yeah, just having, I don't know, just a lever gun with a safety, because all those Rossies, you need safeties to import them. I just don't like it. I would not like a lever gun with a safety, with a manual safety.
Here we go. 1 second. I'm going to... So we have the target here. This here is our group that we got at 100
Can't
yards.
see. Okay. Oh wow, that's good. Is there a hole right there? Right there, a couple holes right there in the middle.
That's 2 303s.
Okay.
This was at a 100-yard group with iron sights, so that's the 3 of them. And this here's 44 mag.
That works.
Yeah, I don't mind the safety as much on the Winchester as the Rossi. The Rossi's a pain in the ass up top, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the Winchester, it's a tang safety, so I don't mind it as much, but it's still a pain.
Yeah, I'd like to get a 357 lever action without a safety. If I could even afford one.
If I were to go with a pistol caliber lever action, I'd probably go with 44 instead of 357.
Well, the whole reason I picked 357 is because I'll be loading for it anyway. And if I do 44, that means I'd have to get another die, another sizer, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be buying a 357 revolver anytime soon, so short of So either way, I'd be setting up for something completely new. And I know for you guys, your deer are a lot smaller, so 357 mag would do it. But up here, we have really big deer,
Uh,
so 44 mag suits them better than 357.
I shoot my Mosin for deer hunting. I have PPU 150 grain, lead tipped, but I shoot.
Hear this? Actually, I'll be right back. I have a load I recently picked up that shoots well out of my Mosin. I'm thinking of using it for hunting. Here we go. It's 203 grain soft point.
Who makes it?
It's a company called MFS. It's the same guys that make Barnall and Tula.
Okay.
But I don't think they import this certain type of ammo.
Is
Or
it?
is it? I think it's the same thing as the
that's
Silver Bear. I think
So-
it's the same thing as Silver Bear.
Is that Full Metal Jacket?
No, it's soft point, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
203 grain.
Okay. Yeah, that'll knock down a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of using it for bear.
Yeah, I've seen the 187 and 150 grain, and I use 150 grain because I could go out and shoot my my surplus stuff and then shoot that PPU stuff and same point of impact.
Yeah. I shoot 150 grain out of my 303s. See, here's the same company also makes Full Metal Jacket. This is 174 grain. I got a few rounds of both of them, but for my 303s, I shoot Cellar and Bellet 150 grain,
Okay. Yeah.
and that'll put a smack on a deer. But for the most part, when it comes to hunting, I stick with my 7mm 08.
Eventually, I want to get a bolt action from each major power of World War II. So I get a 03 Springfield, K98. I have an M44, so I'd probably have to go out and get another Mosin, and then get a.
Did you want the K31?
I do have a K31.
Okay, so you're set there. Well, the number four Mark 1 or number 1 Mark 3.
Yeah, for me, an infield's an infield. I don't know enough about them. I would have to do research.
Well,
But, yeah.
the difference, in short, the number 4 Mark 1 is the peep sight, and the number
Okay.
1 Mark 3 is the leaf sight.
I'd probably go with peep sight if possible.
Yeah, it's more popular. I have the number 1 Mark 3 myself. I also have a P14, which is, you know, the model 1917 Enfield.
Nope.
Okay, one second.
I don't know much about British guns.
No, this was an American gun. The 1917 was an American gun used in the First World War.
Oh, okay.
It's what Alvin York allegedly used instead when he was taking over all those machine gunner posts.
See, I thought they used
1903, they didn't.
really.
They used both of them, but the 1917 was more common. What happened was the British were using the P14, which is basically this chambered in 303, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is they were contracting it from Eddystone, Winchester, and Remington at the time. But what happened was that when America went into the First World War, they didn't have enough 1903, so they just retooled the P14s to be chambered in 30-06 and sent the boys overseas with that.
Okay. Because I was about to ask you, so we were sending 303s.
No, they were
Where,
sending
but-
30-06s.
Right. But
Our boys
that's
were
why I
using
was.
303s.
So I was saying that, yeah. Convert them to odd 6 or odd 6.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have that 303 and my number one Mark III, which is a sporterized version, but it has a scope on it and everything. So I bought them for dirt cheap. I bought my P14 for $50 and my number one Mark III that has a scope on it for 150.
Yeah, that's crazy. We couldn't even get a hack job for $50 unless it was sitting in a sewer somewhere.
Yeah, well, it was a friend of my father's, and he inherited like I think it was 75 or 80 guns from two of his uncles.
Well, then that's a different story.
Yeah, he just wanted to get rid of them. We've also bought like we bought two semi-automatic 22s for $50, and we got a bolt action 22 for free.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see.
So if you're buying all the bolt actions from major powers, would you count the Swedish at all or no?
No, I'd probably end up just getting, the 3-axis powers and then the 3 major allied.
Okay. Because if you were getting, I think if you were doing that, it'd be a good excuse to get a Swedish Mauser in 6.5 55.
Yeah, it's if you go out there and say, "Oh, I want one of everything," well, crap. There's so many allied and axis powers, or you're just not going to be able to do it.
I kind of want to do something similar, have a gun from each major power in the Second World War. So like a Lee Enfield, Mauser K98, a Mosin Nagant, a Garand, that's and an Arasaka,
Yeah, I'd like an Arasaka.
and maybe a K31.
Yeah, even though K31s were never used, they're just freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to a gun show this weekend, and 2 weeks ago, my brother and my father were at a gun show and met this guy that had a K31 for sale. He didn't sell it, and he's going to this gun show now.
Cool.
On Sunday, and I wish I had enough money for it.
Yeah, I got my K31 from Classic Firearms, but then not the last gun show, but second to last gun show I went to, they had a K31 for $400, and that was steep. Or you get them for about three and a quarter now.
Yeah, here they're going for about $350.
Okay.
Which is about the same when you consider how much the dollar is right now.
Yeah. I'd like to get a Carcano and all that stuff, but
Did you say 350? That's like $150 American.
Thanks for typing in for like 3.5 seconds there.
I think it's fun.
Do you really want to hear my quad fly around?
Your what?
His quad.
Quadcopter.
Oh, okay. Not especially, but okay.
Yeah, that's why he's on mute. He's been flying.
You want me to stay unmuted, so that's what you could listen to.
I was about to mute you, Quark. But and having one from each, I think that'd be awesome. I mean, getting it 9130 over my M44.
I don't think it's worth it. You have a Mosin Nagant, and I mean I would prefer the M44 over a 9130.
Yeah. And my 44 was made in 45, so it's not like it could have been produced during the war. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I got a 9130 from 1939.
Yeah, so a buddy of mine has a 39, and that thing is dead accurate.
Yeah, same with mine. Even with the cheap soft point ammo I got, like, the 203 grain I was showing you?
Yeah.
That shit, it's really accurate, and I got it for like $10 a box of 20. So.
No, he'll shoot the surplus spam can stuff, and he'll put them on top of each other at 100 yards. I mean, that thing, without the bayonet, I mean, that thing is just dead on.
A lot of people say Mosin Nagants aren't accurate, but you get the right one, man. They're tack drivers if you get the right one.
I've noticed that a lot of the tack drivers are pre-war, whenever they didn't let the tooling get all worn out. So
I missed my 1936.
Was it a hex receiver?
No,
Around.
but still, it was refurbished, and they redid the crown and bore. But still, thing would hit a soda can at 100 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, mine will do about that. If it's from a bench, you can hit a soda can at 100 yards consistently.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like one MOA or anything, but it's pretty damn accurate with iron sights.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. It took me 5 rounds basically just resting on top of my ammo box to hit the can. But I was all around it. I knocked it over once, and I'd walk all 100 yards back down again, and I actually hit it. And I went, nope, it just knocked it over because I just, piled dirt into it.
That's funny.
Still. Oh, by the way, just real quick before I forget, Foos, if you do go with that Estes Proto X, the hub sync controller should work with it, so you actually have a big controller to use.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get anything.
Okay, I just wanted to mention it just in case.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, but I'm still shocked, how well that Mosin shot for being a military gun.
Yeah, I get shocked a lot with 303s also. We have a lot of 303s all up here, and man, they are deadly accurate.
Oh, the Lee Enfields? I had one of those too, and kind of sad I sold it, but I was just kind of getting pissed off at the price of ammo.
Yeah, well, we still have surplus ammo up here, though.
You have surplus, we don't.
Like, here this is actually made in Canada surplus. I have a whole bunch right here.
Yeah, we can't see you. Camera's off.
Yeah. Lucky you.
Nice.
Yeah, we don't have any of that, so you have to buy, I think it was Privy Predison.
Yep.
Was like the cheapest, and it was still 80 cents a shot.
Yeah, we got cheap Seller and Bellet too, though.
Yeah, 303 is not very popular down here, so it's.
I go to Cabela's, and it's like $40 for a box of 20.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Exactly. So, it was an awesome gun. I love the gun. It was just that.
For a hunting gun, it's good. For a shooting gun, it's not as good because it's expensive, unless you hand load. But
that's one reason I hand load is so I could, I'll start off with my Mosin, but I have a 314. So if I ever get a 303, I'll just go out and buy 100 or so rounds, brass rounds, and I'll just reuse those.
Yeah, but be careful because the 303 has really, really wide chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's one problem we had. You might be able to get 3 shots out of a brass, 3 or 4.
Still, that's still cheaper than buying it normally. And,
of course it is.
And I would cast for it, so I wouldn't worry about the bullet. So really.
Yeah, I did save my brass for it, and when I sold the gun, I sold the brass as well. So.
Yeah, I buy brass ammo, and all the brass I shoot, I save, and up at the range, when it comes hunting season, all of the hunters bring their old 303s out. I just collect all the brass afterwards, so I get plenty of it.
Yeah, a lot of those hunters are just using, Enfields that have been sporterized.
Or even just the standard military configuration. A lot of guys keep them that way. And guys just go out, and don't forget, for a lot of these guys that are hunters, they just take their gun out and they shoot maybe 20 rounds a year, if that, and that's if their gun was banged up last year and it's not shooting right. They buy 2 boxes of ammo, shoot one at the range, and take the other out hunting. So it's not exactly that expensive to shoot it.
Well, so I think it was either in the 50s or 60s. You could order it right from the Sears catalog. And it was like either $20 or $30. You get a sporterized Enfield.
Yep, same thing up here. My grandfather's 410. We have my late grandfather's 410 over here. It's an old bolt-action J.C. Higgins 410. He bought it when he was like 12 years old for $20 or something, 15, $20.
I remember that. $20 was a lot of money still back then, but still, it was cheap for a gun.
Yeah, and he was 12 years old and ordered it right to his door in Canada.
Yeah.
So.
Don't get me started on stupid gun laws. We should be able to do that right now.
Yeah. Yeah, gun laws.
See my latest video, Foos?
When did you post it?
Today.
No, I didn't. I haven't watched much today.
Oh.
Let's see.
It was just gun channels commercial.
Okay. I'm trying to look for 303 brass.
I actually looked it up, but this was a couple of years ago, and I'm like, it's not worth it.
Graphs and Sons has some if you want me to put it up in the chat.
No, I'm just looking. I'm not going to be buying anything.
Yeah, I'm just if you want to see like the prices and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and toss it up there.
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. I was looking into it because I wanted to buy a shit ton of rifle brass, right? But unfortunately, you have to pay $250 or more for them to ship internationally. So decided not to. Give me a second. There we go.
So real quick, shameless plug. Check out my Instagram, StoneGuy223.
Don't. It sucks. It's just pictures of his junk.
And when we mean junk, we literally mean his junk.
Check it out. I'm doing a new series called "You Might Be a One Percenter If," and just posted a new one. So check it out, guys.
You're not pulling any Brett Favres, are you? And sending pictures of your danglers and your wranglers.
Everything's out of stock.
Dude, I'm not 10 years old. Recording.
Everything's out of stock right now, but they get their brass shipments in really soon.
Yeah, I'm still looking around. It says Hornady may have some, but I don't want to. Hornady brass could be kind of expensive.
Yeah, it always is. I bought some 7mm Hornady ammo. Holy shit, that shit's expensive.
Yeah, I saw that Graf and Sons as well. That's one of the websites I saw. So.
Yeah, they're out of stock on everything in there right now, but they get their brass shipment in pretty soon, from what I understand. So.
Remington, $32 for 50 rounds of unprimed brass.
Here on Graf and Sons, they have Pervy Partisan brass. It's a bag of 100 for $52. So that's a better price. Here, 1 second. I can just order it from these guys here, which are an hour away from me. They have once fired brass. Where is it? How much is it? It's going for.
Here's 25 pounds. What is this? 25 pounds of it for $16.50.
Of what? 303 brass?
Well, this is 25 plus. It might just be 25. Commercial head sound. 25 count for $16.50. So.
That's overpriced.
Yeah. Huh. You can get mixed head stamp 7.62 54R. That'd be interesting. Most of it looks like Winchester. $12 for 25. I'd probably just rather go out and get the full round and shoot it myself. Yeah,
It's expensive to do this stuff, man. Shooting guns that they don't exactly make too much commercial ammo for anymore.
yeah, that's one reason that while 7.62 54R is still kind of out there, that's why I have about 100 pieces of brass, and I'm gonna sit there, and as soon as I finish shooting through those, because that's what I deer hunt with, I'm gonna go out and probably pick up another 100. So I'll have 200 pieces of brass, and I really only fire it out of one of my Mosins, but I'll go ahead and do a full length size anyway. And then once my first brass splits, I'll go ahead and anneal them, anneal them all, and go ahead and get more life.
How do you anneal brass? I've never done that before.
You just heat them up.
Heat them up and then quench them?
Some people quench them, some don't.
Okay, I might try that on 303 brass, see if I can get longer life out of them. Or possibly my 308, because my Norinco M14 is apparently terrible on brass.
All right, yeah. Basically, you a blowtorch, these propane or butane torches you can buy at the store. A lot of people do use those, and then you just spin them, like put them in a drill chuck or something like that, cordless drill chuck, just enough to spin it, and do that, and you only do the down to about the shoulder, get the entire shoulder, and that's about it.
Okay, I'm not sure if that would help 303 because usually 303 splits right at the ring that occurs at the bottom of the case.
Okay. Well, it looks like Edge is going to be starting.
Are you guys going over there or staying here?
I don't know. Cork, what are you going to be doing?
He's just flying his quadcopter.
No, I'm done with that. I'm just waiting for Edge to
He's
go live or anything. So
he's live. He's been on for about a minute.
oh, on a minute, then I'm ending mine.
All right.
So go watch Edge's chat, everybody.
See ya.